So in this video, we're going to take a look at how to draw a stem and leaf diagram. We're going to look through a number of different examples in this video, and as always, I'm going to put the timestamps for these questions down in the description so you can find them more easily. So let's get started on our first example. So stem and leaf diagrams are an ordered way to present data which makes the data much easier to read. And they are formed by splitting the numbers into two different parts. We have the stem, which are all the digits in the number except the last digit, and then the leaf, which would then be the final digit itself. With a stem and leaf diagram, we also need to provide a key to ensure that the numbers are interpreted correctly. As the data is in order, it makes it much easier to analyse and calculate such things as the range, mode, and the median. So looking at this first example, we have here are the times in seconds it took 20 people to run a race. We need to draw an ordered stem and leaf diagram to show this information. So thinking about what we said at the beginning, because we've got two-digit numbers now, the stem is going to be the first digit and the leaf is going to be the last digit. So because I've got two-digit numbers, my stem is going to be the digit in the tens column, and the leaf is going to be the digit in the units column. So what I'm going to do first is look for my smallest number. And we can see out of the 20 numbers that the smallest number we have is 52. So what I'm going to do now is look through all my numbers and find all of them that are in the 50s. So starting with the top row, we have 53. We then have 59. We have our smallest number of 52. We have 56. We then have 56 again, and that would be it. So these are the first lot of numbers that I'm going to put into my stem and leaf diagram. So the first digit of all of these numbers is 5. So that is what I'm going to use as my stem. And now for the leaf part, we're going to put the digit that's in the unit column of all our other numbers. But remembering they need to be in order. So my first number is 52. So I've got 5 as my stem, and then 2 as the leaf. We're now going to move on to 53. So I've already got the 5 in the stem column, so I only need to put the 3 on the right-hand side, and that would go here. I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap, and that's an extremely useful tip, because if we do happen to miss any of the numbers, because we've left a gap, we can easily fit them in. So we then have 56, so I'd have a 6 on the leaf side. I've then got another 56, so again, I'm going to have another 6 on the leaf side. And then finally, I've got 59, so we have 9. And that would be all the numbers done in the 50s. So next, we're going to move on to our numbers in the 60s. So first of all, I'm going to look through the first row. I've got 67, 65, 61, 67. And then on the bottom row, I have 60. So our first digit in all of these numbers is a 6. So that's what I'm going to use as the stem. And now for the leaf parts, we're going to put in the final digits that are in the units column, all in order. So we've got 0 for 60. We'd have then 1 for 61. We've then got 5 for 65. And then we've got 67 that appears twice. So I'd have 7, 7. And now that's all of our numbers in the 60s taken care of. So we now move on to our numbers in the 70s. So starting with the top row, I have 72. And then on the bottom row, I have 78, 76, 74, and 72. So now because the first digit of all of our numbers is a 7, that's what we use for the stem. And then the numbers in our units, in order, would be 2 and 2, as I have 72 that appears twice. I've then got 74, so I'd put a 4. I've then got 76, so we'd have a 6. And then finally we have 78, so we'd place an 8 right at the end. So we've finished all of our numbers in the 70s, and then we're left with our final numbers, which are all in the 80s. So 8 is the number we're going to use for the stem. And then in order, looking at the units, we would have 0, 4, 4 again, as 84 appeared twice, 8 for 88, and then finally 9 for 89. So if I bring all our numbers back now, we can see that we've got all of our numbers ordered in our stem and leaf diagram. The final thing we need to do is give a key, and all this does is ensure that the numbers are interpreted correctly. So what I'm going to do here is just choose a random stem and a random leaf, and I'm going to go for the first value. So I'll write my 5, the vertical line in the middle, and then a 2. And I need to show what that represents. Well, we said the stem is our tens column, and the leaf is our units column, so that there would represent 52. And that's how we draw a stem and leaf diagram. So I've got a couple of different examples to take a look at now. So let's look at this next example. So for this question, we have here are the heights in centimetres of 15 plants. We need to draw an ordered stem and leaf diagram to show this information. So what I'm going to do first is look for my smallest value, which in this case would be 9, and then our largest value, which is 39. So looking at all of the numbers we were given, we can see that all of them, except for one, are 2-digit numbers. So because that's the biggest amount of digits we have in a number, that's what we're going to use. So because we have 2 digits, we have our tens, which would be the stem, and then we have our units, which would be the leaf. But looking back, we can see the smallest number we're given is 9. So 9 appears in the units column, but there's nothing in the tens column. So to put this in the stem and leaf diagram, we would have to put a 0 for the stem and then 9 for the leaf. So 0 would be our first number in the stem, and then we could see our final one, as our largest number is 39, our last number on the stem side would be 3. So our numbers would go from 0 to 3, like this. Okay, so now we can start to fill in our diagram. So there was only one single digit number, which was 9. So on the first row, we would have 0 for our stem, and then just a single 9, as we have 0 tens and 9 units. So now looking for my numbers that begin with a 1. In the top row, I have 19, and in the second row, I have 18 and 15. So putting these in order, I'd have 15, 18 and 19. So the units are all that I need to put on the leaf side, which would look like this. Now for our numbers in the 20s, we have 21, 24, 23 on the top row. And then on the bottom row, we have 25, 28, and that's it. So now we need to put these numbers in order. And again, all I do is put the units on the leaf side. So it looks something like this. And then finally, I'm left with my numbers in the 30s. So if I put these in order, and then all I need to do is put the units on the leaf side of the diagram. So they would look something like this. And then to finish it off, I need to provide a key. So what I'm going to do here is just pick a random example, and I've gone for 2 and then 1. So I need to show what this represents. Well, when I have 2 on the stem side and 1 on the leaf side, this represents the number 21. So that's what I put for my key to clearly show what it represents. Okay, we're going to take a look at one final example. So this time we have here are the heights in centimetres of 10 people. We have to draw an ordered stem and leaf diagram to show this information. So we've now got 10 3-digit numbers. So going back to what we said at the beginning, the stem is all the digits in the number except the last digit. So because we've got 3-digit numbers, that means 2 digits are going to appear on the stem side, and our final digit, which would be the units column, will appear on the leaf side. So looking at my smallest number in this list, I have 150. And then looking at the largest number in this list, we have 183. So the first digits that appear in the number 150, except the last, are 1 and 5. So I'd have 15 on the stem side for the first row. And then for the last row, my largest number is 183. So all the digits in that number, except the last one, would be 1 and 8. So that would be my number on the stem side for the last row. So going in order, we'd have 15, 16, 17, and 18 on the stem side. We're then going to fill it in. So looking at our numbers in the 150s, well, we have 154, 151, 159, and 150. So putting these in order, I only need to put the units now on the leaf side, so that would look like this. Now moving into my 160s, I have 165, 161, and 169. So again, putting these in order, using only the last digit on the leaf side, would look something like this. In the 170s, we have 178 and 173. So putting them in order, just the units on the leaf side would look like this. And then finally, we only have one number in the 180s, and that was our 183. So our digits of 1 and 8 are on the stem side, and we put our 3 on the leaf side. And then to finish it off, we need to provide our key. So for this example, I'm going to use a random number. I'm going to go for 17 on the stem side and 3 on the leaf side, and this represents 173. And that would be my stem and leaf diagram complete. So well done if you followed along with those few examples. And that's it for this video. In our next video, we are going to look at finding the median when working with stem and leaf diagrams. So be sure to look out for that video. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please feel free to leave a like and consider subscribing. If you want to check out any other videos that are relevant to this one, then I've left some links for them down in the description, and I've also put a card in the top corner. If there are any topics at all that you'd like me to go through next, then please just let me know down in the comments, and I'll try to make some videos on those topics as soon as possible. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.